In this video, guys, I'm going to talk about a little hack to prevent FOMO. Stick around. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. All right, so I'm going to try and keep this video short. One little hack to help prevent FOMO. So FOMO, fear of missing out. And there's so many different ways to kind of attack this problem. But, 5 minutes spent on this video, 6 minutes, whatever it's going to be, maybe you can try it. Maybe this works for you. If it doesn't, there's loads of other ways. Done videos about it before. I'm sure I'll do videos about it in the future. So FOMO is really, we know it's fear of missing out, but it really is, it stems from, this trade is going higher and I can't stand it anymore, or lower if you're going short. Let's just keep higher for now. I need to get in. I'm going to miss out. And you can think about what the thought process is. It's one, I'm going to miss out on profit. Two, I'm going to miss out on people saying this is the easy trade and, everyone's in it and why aren't you in it and you call yourself a trader and all this kind of stuff. Three, it's a case of there might not be another opportunity again. Four, if it doesn't work out, especially if others are talking about it, those are things that add weight to this. When I see that a lot in kind of cryptos as well, and who knows where cryptos are going to go and some of the cryptos are going to go. It's not a directional call, this, but a lot of people come in, they think, well, if I lose, I don't care because we're losing together as a group, so it doesn't feel so bad. And some people put a small amount of money in and go, yeah, we'll see what happens. Slightly different scenario there when people are using a small amount of money and they don't care about the amount they're in. When we're trading on margin leverage, we're using a little bit more size, a bit more significant size. There's a little bit more at stake. So fear of missing out, there's a lot of things at play here. And one of the things you can do is you can say to yourself, you know what, I like this trade. I want to get in long on this trade. However, I'm going to take back control of the situation. I'm going to admit that I want to get in long. I'm going to admit that I would like to have been in long already, but you could say that about anything. I think that dissipates over time when you've got some years under your belt. You're like, there's so many things going on, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But you acknowledge these thoughts, because that's the first step, and say, okay, I want to be in this. And you then say to yourself, under what conditions would I like to get into this trade? That's the key part. And then what you do is you say, okay, let me look at it objectively and say to myself, hey, do you know what? I would like to see a pullback of X%, X number, whatever it may be, and then I will get into the trade. And then you start to draw a line on your chart, and you set an alert. Now, this might sound simplistic, but this is super powerful. I've got an example here. I'll show you another example in a second on a daily, but let's imagine you wanted to buy Twitter at this low and you really regretted not buying it. You could chase into it here and buy it here, and you may well get rewarded for that. But when you're in a situation where if you feel like I'd like to have bought this, I feel like I've missed out on it, you can take control by acknowledging that you feel like that's the case. But secondly, saying, where will I get in now? What's the second play on this trade? And then you draw a line, TradingView, draw your line, I'm using TradingView, whatever you're using, right click, create an alert, bang, you're done. You now have control. And this does a lot of things for you. What this basically does is says, I am actively looking to get into this trade. So if this market carries on higher and higher and higher, and this could be a daily chart, guys. Imagine it's just literally picking this because it happened to be here in front of my screen at the moment. But you can imagine this is a rip-up move on a daily, on a monthly, on a weekly, on a 1 minute, on the SPOOs, on Euro, on cable, whatever. You missing it, you go, okay, now I'm in control. Yes, I'm not in the trade. However, I am going to trade under my conditions. I'm in charge now. The market is not in charge of me. I'm in charge of when I allocate risk capital to the market. And there's a trick here as well. If you don't want it so much and you think, you know what, I don't want to feel the FOMO, but I want to kind of put something in, then you can kind of just put it at a low point. And what will happen is as the market comes down to it and alerts you, it's not the same trade anymore. It's a different type of trade. It's not a small, short mean reversion. It's not a short, flag type trade, momentum ignition type setup. It's a deeper pullback, and I might not want it. But what it's done is it said, right, I'm not going to even entertain the idea of a trade until that alert has triggered. And if the alert doesn't trigger, you're okay. You can kind of categorize it in your mind and say, That's been dealt with. I know when I'm getting involved with that, I am waiting for the trigger. I am waiting for the alert. And if you do want to get in it, you might want to have it aggressively higher and move it up to the top quarter, 20 period moving average, 10 period if you want a daily, whatever the situation may be. The point is, you've done something about it. And how this works for your brain is this. And if you're a FOMO sufferer, try it out. Because you then are constantly, that's coming and flashing into your mind. You're saying, I've missed that trade. I've missed that Dow trade. I've missed that Dow trade. I missed that Dow trade. You can immediately pacify that noise and say, yeah, but I'm poised and I'm waiting for the opportunity for that. My alert is set. Whereas when you've done nothing and all you have is that, then the answer that comes back from the other side of the brain is, well, do something about it. Get into the damn trade. Do something. Stop whinging about it. Do it. And then you might automatically open up the account, open up your broker account, look at the chart, and just, buy at the heights just to get in, just to soothe the side of your mind that's telling you you've missed out. Whereas it's already soothed by you saying, hey, you know what? I'm ready. I've got my alert in. I'm acting like a professional. I may have missed the initial move. I'm waiting for the first retracement, the third deeper retracement, whatever the situation may be. You can then go, right, calm down. That's being dealt with. Let me focus on another opportunity. That opportunity, if it arises, will be alerted to me, and I'll decide as the portfolio manager, as the manager of your own money, whether to allocate capital to it or not. That's done, dealt with. And then you can be much more at peace with things. And the other thing is, which is probably for a separate video, is how can you be better at spotting moves and getting on moves in the first place so you have less FOMO. So something to consider, guys. A little trick: put that horizontal line in, set an alert at a level that you'd be interested in, and it does a great job of kind of calming that noise down in your mind that's telling you got to get in, you're going to miss it. It's like, well, I'm doing something about it. I'm prepared. I will allocate capital if this level is tagged, and I will decide whether to allocate capital or not. Take care, guys. Keep your risk managed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.